Hello guys, kumusta? How are you all? How are you all today? Imagine the end of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to WHO, the end of the COVID-19 pandemic is in sight. In a virtual press conference by the WHO director, we have never been in a better position to end the pandemic. We're not there yet, but the end is in sight. This is the most upbeat assessment by that agency since 2020. You guys, they're having their next meeting for this month of October, and they will decide then whether COVID-19 still presents a public health emergency of international concern. Sana nga hindi na, no? Meanwhile, in America, their president says COVID-19 pandemic in the US is over. Wow, sana all. According to the US President Joe Biden, in an interview that was aired last Sunday, the COVID-19 pandemic in the United States is over. We still have a problem with COVID. We're still doing a lot of work on it. In fact, putting a lot of money in it. But the pandemic is over. If you have noticed, no one's wearing masks. Sana all. In America, they've lifted the mask mandate a long time ago. Well, we're looking at the statistics of COVID-19 all over the world. There was a spike actually last July that is actually higher than for 2020 to 2021, and yet it did not overwhelm hospitals. Thank you for natural immunity and the vaccines. No, COVID-19 is becoming part of our daily lives. Fever has been going on in our city, guys. So many of my families get fever that stays only for 1 day or 2 days. We don't know whether it's the virus or whether it's just the weather. But you guys take care when you are here in the Philippines. You know, the weather adjustment. Winter there, summer here. Oh, it's very hot in the Philippines, guys. Kababayans report being sick here. Now, you don't want to be sick on your vacation, right? That sucks. Prepare yourselves. Drink plenty of water. Bring umbrella when you're going out. It can be very hot. You know, inside the car, tapos lalabas ka ng car, napakainit. Sudden change in temperature is not good for you. Yeah, bring your medicines or supplements when you're traveling here. Bring medicines as well, so when you feel unwell, you have something you can take. Anyways, if going back to the US, if the COVID-19 is over there indeed, as you say it, Mr. President Joe Biden, I do have a question though. Why is the CDC still having that vaccination requirement? You know how the CDC's order still requires proof of vaccination for non-US citizens, non-immigrants to travel to the US. That's still in effect. In fact, I think I saw it, I read it in the news 3 weeks ago. A very famous tennis player who withdrew his game to the US because he couldn't travel as he wasn't vaccinated. Yeah. So if the pandemic is over there, why are they still requiring vaccination for entry when so many countries in the world have already lifted that requirement? If the US actually lifts it, the vaccination requirement, there's a good chance the Philippines will follow too. I mean, they'll be pressured to at least, right? In the Philippines, anyways, in the Philippines, the pandemic, we're still in it, baby. We're still wearing masks. But can you imagine when the pandemic is over in the Philippines? No more mask wearing, you know. Actually, everyone would be allowed. It wouldn't matter whatever your vaccination status is. Everyone would be equal. No need to do pre-departure test if you don't have a booster. No need to do One Health Pass. What is the point of One Health Pass at this time anyways, right? I don't see the point anymore. Really. You imagine going back to normal where you just bring your ticket and your passport. The Philippines, you know guys, you know how we have alert levels? DOH actually hasn't made an alert level announcement since August. And for this month, they haven't made any announcement. We're more than halfway through September. DOH, pagod na ba kayo? Are you tired now of your alert level announcements? Maybe it's time to let it go. The Department of Health until now actually still has no secretary. It's still headless. According to the president, there's no appointment of health secretary yet because DOH is not just about COVID alone, but it's about public health in general. That doesn't really answer the question, right? Of course, DOH is not just about COVID. So then there is a more pressing need to have a secretary. We have like dengue, we have leptospirosis, and daming issues. I don't understand why is there no secretary. It's no excuse, sorry. But the Philippines travel protocols and it's still the same, guys. It hasn't changed since February 1. The last time there was a real update was May 30 when they lifted the pre-departure test for boosted travelers. So you can rely that the travel protocols now, it will only get better. It will only be more loose, more relaxed, not tighter. And we have no more lockdowns. However, the Philippines has extended the state of calamity for emergency for COVID. All the reason really is for procurement, for allowances. You know, when we are in state of emergency, we can have more budget for, well, health in general. We can pay more our healthcare workers. We can get more international help from other countries, from organizations. So this state of calamity is extended, according to the press secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles, possibly for the next 3 months, but only for the purpose of preserving the benefits, such as indemnification, emergency procurement, special risk allowance for healthcare workers. It's more about the money and the funding and the help, the support. But after these 3 months, they will undergo assessment for further review, whether they will extend it or lift it. According to Joey Concepcion, the easing of these face mask rules will help attract more tourists to the Philippines. Guys, did it help attract? Answer us. He said that I know that many feel it is not the right time to lift the mask mandate outdoor, but when will be the right time? There could be a worse variant, so let's prepare, but let's not overcompensate with restrictions that may no longer be practical. Truth. How would foreign tourists, how would they want to come to a country where when they go outside, they would still be required to wear masks, right? If they can go elsewhere where they don't have to wear mask at all. I mean, Thailand has lifted their mask mandate months ago. How can we compete with them? I think another reason is Filipinos' willingness to wear masks or their desire to wear masks. There was a statistics, a survey done by Octa Research, and it stated that 30% of Filipinos are seen to continue wearing masks even if the pandemic is declared to be over, and that many will still wear them outdoors even if doing so would be voluntary. I think so, guys. Many of my families would say I will still wear a mask just because of the pollution. They feel like masks really do help them from, instead of breathing dust, smoke. Yeah, well, that's understandable. That's totally fine. Fair enough. So that's all about today, guys. Let me know what you think about the Philippines. Don't worry, guys. Don't let these restrictions stop you from coming here. If you have a loved one here, what is wearing a mask compared to a hug of a loved one? Char. Diba? So I'll see you guys with another update. Stay safe all. God bless.